This is Julien, and I'm here in Frankfurt, Germany, and what I'm going to reveal to you in this video here are the 5 keys to motivation. This is the stuff that has kept me going through all the shit, all the adversity, just no matter what's thrown my way, I keep blasting through stronger than ever, and how you can do this too. Okay, so I hope you're ready for this, and if you haven't done so already, be sure to click the subscribe button below this video so you don't miss out on more life-changing advice. Click it and enjoy. So the first key to motivation is doing something that is authentic to you. You know, we waste so much time doing things we don't want to do in order to impress people we don't like, and we're surprised when we're not motivated. Okay, well, guess what? If it's not something that is authentic to you, if it's not your calling, no wonder you're not motivated, and no wonder you probably give up, slack off, get distracted, procrastinate, so on and so forth. Okay, so do something that is authentic to you, or find a way to make whatever you're doing part of your calling, part of your authentic purpose. If I had all the money in the world, what would I do? If there was something I had to do and I knew that no matter what I did, I would never succeed, what would that thing be? What would I do where I didn't even care if I succeeded because the fun is in the doing? Those are some questions. Okay, if you had all the money in the world, it's impossible to make more money because you have it all, what would you do? If you knew you would die in a year, what would you do? Okay, that's a really good one. That's one we do actually at Transformation Mastery Live, where I make you imagine you just died and then reflect back on your life. How do you feel about the life you lived? Say you died right now. Okay, without going into meditation, hypothetically right now, say you died. You're sitting here, the ceiling collapses. You're dead. That was it. It's dark, we resist this, but let's sink into this. You die right now. How do you feel about your life? You're like, very bad. Well, no shit, that's most people. How do you feel about your life if you died right fucking now? Did you milk life? Did you live it to the fullest? Or are there a lot of things you're like, I'll do it someday. How do you know someday will come? You're dead right now. You could be leaving this room, get hit by a fucking car and die. That's a possibility. Based on the amount of people that are here, it's a quite high possibility that one of you will die in the next year. It's dark, it's fucked, but it's true. And it could be you, it could be me. I hope not, I hope it's you, not me, but it could happen. And this is something I personally do like every 2-3 weeks. I sit down like, if I died right now, how do I feel? And you'll have a more authentic urge or like drive kick in. You know, it's like, you're fucking this up. You should be doing this. Why are you wasting time here? The same with the opinions of others. You know, a lot of us, we're trying to chase the opinions of other people we don't even give a fuck about, and then we ignore the people we actually care about. If you died right now, and say, again, you really sink into this. You're at your funeral, everyone's there. Who are the people you wish, if only you had like 30 more seconds alive, you could go to and say, hey, thank you, you matter, I love you too. You know, and you'll be surprised. Like, it's some people that might have always been there for you, but you just undervalue them. Instead of being like, hey, thank you for being there, you're like, but I want that person's approval, that. It's like, no. You realize what you value. You realize what you care about, you know, in terms of what you've been doing with your job, what you've been doing with your life, the impact you've had. Are you someone who added value to the world? Or are you someone who just took? Is there any guilt? Are there any regrets? Are there people you wish you could become alive 30 seconds for and just go back to and say, I'm sorry, or say, I forgive you? This is huge, just kind of sinking into perspective and then finding that one thing where it's like, if I did this, it doesn't matter if I succeeded, it doesn't matter if I die tomorrow, I would feel fucking fulfilled because I'm pursuing something that is authentic to me. That's the pact I personally made with myself when I moved to Los Angeles. Okay, I'm from Switzerland, Schweiz, aber neben Genf, also Französischsprache, ein bisschen Deutsch. And literally, I was in university, in HEC, business, I know. And I was there, I was hating it. I was absolutely hating it. And it kind of fucked with me because in Switzerland, at least back in the day, when you're, I think 11 or 12, you're split up into 3 categories. There's the smart people, the smart people, and the dumb fucks. I was in the smart people. Fortunately, just due to the fact that for some reason when I was 11 or 12, I put in a lot of work in school. Then I kind of slacked off, but I was already in the smart people, so it was fine. The smart people, they're, again, smart. I'm just fucking around, by the way. They're the people who can go to university in Switzerland. The people, they can go to high school, and maybe if they do a few more years, they can go to university. But they're in a dumber version of high school. And the dumb fucks are screwed. They just go into an apprenticeship. And it's crazy and ridiculous how they do this when you're 11 or 12. Like, literally when I'm looking back, I was so fucking lucky, because when you're 11 or 12, what the fuck do you know? Like, your entire future, your entire life is like 11 or 12. That's how Switzerland works. So I was in the higher tier, and you know, it never escaped me how lucky I was to have worked when I was 11 or 12. And I'd look at friends who didn't have that opportunity, and now they wake up, say they're 15, they're like, fuck, you know, I want to do something, and they're screwed, you know? So I had that, and everyone kept telling me, you're so lucky, you're so lucky. I knew it. I went to high school, went to college, and I hated it. I was like, fuck, I don't like this. I was procrastinating on homework, on tasks, on everything, and I was like, this is not for me. And I asked myself, okay, well, maybe business is not for you. What are some other things you could do? Because I could go in anything in college. Nothing was calling me. Nothing. And it kind of fucks, because people say, you should be lucky, you should take advantage. I'm like, this is not for me. And most people label that as procrastinating. However, if you put the gun to the head, it's like, what's the fucking truth? It was not for me. I was more drawn towards something expressive. Like, self-expression is huge for me. It's like one of my #1 things. That's why I loved Success with Women, because I could finally speak out and put myself out there. That's why I loved music growing up, because that was the only avenue in life where I could express part of who I am. And that's why I love speaking right here, because I can express who I am, okay? Share who I am. So I was like, you know what, this is not for me. I'm gonna move to Los Angeles, because at the time I was like, LA, you know, that's where all the celebrities are from, if you want to do something creative. So I'm like, I'm gonna move to Los Angeles and do music. And I sat down, like, it was super fucked, by the way. Like, my parents, like, if you leave this house and never come back, you're disowned. It was fucking horrible. And I literally, you know, moved to LA with like my guitar, my suitcase, and like $5,000. That was it. And I had no fucking plan. And I sat down, I'm like, well, you're probably gonna fuck up. You're probably gonna be homeless. You're probably gonna be broke. I didn't even know. People are like, what about RSD? I didn't know. I mean, I knew about RSD. I didn't know I was gonna be hired or do anything for them. I had no plan. And I was like, well, even if I never make it, and I'm homeless, and I work at the fucking coffee place my entire life, and I'm broke till the fucking day I die, and I don't have enough money to have a partner, to have a family, to raise kids, to get a house, and I just continuously become like the old guy you see who's just, you know, in terms of worldly success, nothing. Could I be okay with that? And the answer was yeah. I would much rather be that than do something that is not authentic to me and succeed. Because that was the path that was laid out. You know, it's like, just use your brain, get the fucking college degree, get the job, get the family, get the promotion, retire, die. That was simply not for me. And I would, to this day, because who knows, again, it's like so much adversity, so much chaos in the world, I could easily lose everything. I still stand true to this. And you need to find the one thing you would fucking die for, the one thing where it doesn't matter, the one thing you would sacrifice everything for. And it sounds drastic, but every single one of us has this inside. If you doubt me, just look at your fucking faces now. Look at how you're reacting to what I'm saying. There's a fucking part of you beyond your little mind like, oh yes, but, that resonates with this. You're all fucking quiet. You're all like, whoa, he's right. There's a fucking reason. I'm joking about it, obviously, but there's a reason. Everyone's like, yes, because there's a fucking part of you in the back. You've probably just, you know, tried to disown, try to like, shut up, motherfuckers. Like, listen to him, do it. And you're like, no. There's a part of you that's like, there's that calling. There's something that's like, yeah. That's why we all love watching those inspirational movies where someone's like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm doing me. The one that really did it for me was that movie Into the Wild. Fuck this shit. I'm doing me. What is doing you? That's the question. What do you want for you? What do you value? Not society, not your friends, not your teachers, not your parents. That's huge, by the way. A lot of us, we just want to make our parents proud. Don't. I mean, yes, do. But this is my take. Because again, my parents fucking hated me when I moved to LA. Why? Because I had no plan. And I understand it. If I put myself in their shoes, here you have your son who's like doing well in school, all this opportunity. And imagine, you're like, yes, we did right. And then one day, your son comes up, he's like, hey, so I'm quitting university and I'm moving to LA. I'm like, what? Why? What's your plan? I don't have a plan. I'm just going to freestyle it. Like, what the fuck? And again, as a parent, you want to protect your kid. Like, what are you thinking? And you're going to use everything and be like, no, do this because, you have you're trying to put them in the right direction. But you're not them. You don't know them. Okay? And if I'd have continued in that direction, say I listened to them. And again, what I did too is incredibly stupid. There's a lot smarter ways than just fuck it all, let's see what happens. You can easily transition into it. But if I didn't, resentment would kick in. If you're not being true to yourself, whether it's in terms of your family, society, or a relationship, you will start resenting the other party. You will start resenting them. And it will ruin that relationship. You will start resenting them, and guess what? They will probably start resenting you, because part of them knows that you didn't stay true to yourself, and you're a fuck-up. You're a fake fuck-up. And although there might be some friction temporarily, and there was, in the end, whether you even succeed or not, by you staying true to yourself, doing what you want, you will feel much better about yourself. And in the end, guess what? Even your family, although maybe sometimes you'll never get close again, they will love you and respect you for it. The same with your partner. And also in the end, it's like, you have one life. What are you going to fucking do? You know? You're going to die. Reflect on this. Like, we hate it because it's scary, but it's true. You're going to fucking die. This is it. Now, maybe you believe in reincarnation. You're like, well, maybe not this life, but when I come back as a rabbit, I'll fulfill my dream. No. I mean, it could be, but say you're wrong. And no one knows, by the way. Fuck anyone who says, I know what happens in the afterlife. Or anyone who's like, I'm a reincarnation of XYZ. Fuck that. I mean, no. No one knows for sure. So, why risk it? If this is your one chance alive, why risk it? And if you're not doing something that is true to you, it doesn't matter what you get, you know you fucked up life.
But how do you find it? The true way?
What if you knew you were going to die in 6 months? What if you knew you were going to die? What if you had a disease? What if you had fucking cancer right now? Uncurable cancer. What would you do? I know, it's dark. We hate that. What if you had fucking cancer? You know for sure it's going to kill you. What would change? Because guess what? You all have cancer that's going to fucking kill you. It's called life. You're going to die. None of us survive. We try so hard to survive, it's impossible to survive. We all die. So we do have a disease that's going to kill us. That's the one guarantee you have, by the way. You're alive, one guarantee, you're going to die. Yet we never think about it. We're like, I'm going to live forever. No, you're going to die. What would you do? Nowadays, you can do whatever the fuck you want. It's absolutely insane. Like, whatever you want to do, you can do it. And with the internet, it's way easier than ever, and you can probably do it right now. You don't even have to quit your job or do something crazy because we dramatize it. Like, well, for me to pursue my passion, I need to quit my job and go homeless like Julien. No. That was stupid of me. I was extremely lucky. You can do it right now with your job. Use the internet. Just do it on your off time. And then slowly transition. But it's hard to feel motivated if you're not doing something that is true to you. You can't not commit. No matter what you do, you're committing to a path. You're either committing to a path of this thing, that thing, this thing, or you're committing to a path of nothing and stuckness. And there's a risk to all 4 options. If you do this, you might fuck up and you might have, like, oh shit, I should have done that. That's true. There's a risk. But what's the risk of never committing? Remaining stuck and hating yourself and living a life of fucking regret. And that's a way bigger risk. I'd rather do something and then change courses and live, like, again, like while you're doing it, you're loving it. And even if it changes, like it doesn't take away from those years. What sucks is, I'm going to wait for this. And that is also the way we're conditioned. We're taught, like, put your eggs in many baskets. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Keep all doors open. No, fuck that. Pick one. If it was the wrong door, walk out, go into the other door. But because we spread ourselves like that, I'm going to do this, this, we remain stuck. We dabble around. We never fully go all out. If your life was a movie you'd have to rewatch on a repeat for eternity, how would you live your life? So that when you rewatch it, it was just like, fuck yeah. Every part of my life is a fuck yeah. Even the shitty parts, by the way. And this also helps you embrace the contrast. Make it epic. Make it the most epic movie ever. There's a lot of horrible moments in my life. Like, the most horrible, as I'm sure you've heard me talk a lot about before, is the media scandal. That is the worst moment of my life. But guess what? I'd love to rewatch it, and it adds amazing contrast. Me being, even like on CNN, I kid you not, 99.9999% of me hated it, but 0.001% was like, look at you. For real, I was like, damn, like from a small little farm town in Switzerland, look at you on fucking CNN, worldwide. That was part of me. Like miniest percent, like smallest percent was like, holy shit. And it kicked in at one specific moment too, where like the screen next to me changed, and the whole like this big of a fucking wall was like my face holding like a fucking t-shirt, like right there. And I'm like, how the fuck did this happen? Is this real life? That made it fucking epic, Moving to LA, that felt like I was dying. It felt like I was jumping off a cliff. It felt like, I kid you not, like I was committing suicide in my mind. Quitting university, telling my family I'm done, them saying never come back, you're dead to us. Me moving to LA, no fucking plan, felt like I was killing myself. Now, at the moment it felt like that, but you can also do this, like write down the worst case scenario. Is it really suicide? Fuck no. If everything failed in LA, I could always come back to Switzerland and go to university or get something. We always get kind of sucked into this. Like, if I pursue my dream, what's the worst case scenario? Is it that bad? No. But that's how it felt. But at the same time, that made for an epic movie. If there's not the dip, if there's not those moments you're like, let's do it. Make the jump. What a boring movie is that? If there's not the ups and downs, what kind of boring movie is that? If everything's perfect, what kind of boring movie is that? Sometimes it also signals like it's the end of this phase in your life. Like my down with the media scandal was a huge signal that I was on the wrong path. I was like, someone was like joking with cocaine. I was like, the validation drug was my drug. But that's actually the most powerful drug in the world, in my opinion, is validation. And I've had more than anyone I know. For real, if you think about it, and I've talked about it in videos, like, put yourself in my shoes. Young kid moving to LA. The one thing every young man wants is girls. But even more than they want girls is girls' approval and guys' approval for getting the girl. Put yourself in my shoes. Not only do I get the girls, many girls, hundreds of girls, like more girls than anyone should get. Not just that, but then I get like millions on YouTube, tens of thousands of people in person in terms of guys, giving me approval for getting the girls and the girls' approval. It's just this high festive approval. Like, you can't get more approval than that. You're just like, I am Jesus. Dude, no, I kid you not. Put me before the scandal on like a lie detector. It's like, are you Jesus? Yes, I am. Wouldn't fucking waver. Like, there were times, like many times, it sounds so obnoxious. I was falling asleep and I'm like, I really think I am. I know there's always crazy people who think they are. But I really think I might be the second coming, man. I might, like, Jesus is in me. I'm fucking Jesus. So the media scandal, like, slapped me out of that. It's like, let go of that. You're on the wrong path. And then there's a new direction. Some of you asking, like, different directions. So it was a down, but it was also a sign of a new direction. And then you just kind of ride that. And guess what? Maybe at this point, here I try to let go of that and just give. But I mean, who am I kidding? There's probably also a little bit of ego where I'm like, yeah, look at you, motherfucker. You know? And then, who knows, it might sneak up, might get out of line as well, but what you'll find is the world or the universe or God or whatever you believe in will always give you the lesson and snap you into place. It's like, no, this way. If right now, a little trick, you're in a job you hate, absolutely hate it, you resist it, you're like, this is not authentic to me, here's one trick. If that shitty job becomes part of your purpose, you'll love it. If that shitty job is a stepping stone to the next thing, now there's meaning behind it versus, oh, I'm wasting time. It's leading to something. Okay? And even when shit hits the fan, as long as it's part of that journey, it's amazing. You know, because also you don't know what is serving you or not necessarily. We judge life experiences or things that happen to us immediately. We're like, why is this happening? How do you know it's bad? You know, maybe the worst thing that could happen to you, like the scandal for me, is actually the best thing that could happen to you. You know, right now you want to keep your job. Say you get fired tonight. You're like, no. How do you know that's bad? Maybe it leads you to a better job. Maybe if you stayed in this job, you'd be stuck. Maybe if you stay in this job, you'd go to work tomorrow, you'd be hit by a car and die. You don't know. Don't judge it. As long as you stay true to that, all is fucking amazing. It just adds contrast. It makes the story even more epic. It makes your life even more epic.
When do you know it's to give up your dream? Because your dream was
Never give up your dream.
because you're sacrificing way too much. For instance, you said you were almost homeless. When would you have stopped?
Death. For real. That's how serious I took it, though. I'd rather die living something that's true to me, pursuing something that's authentic to me, than live doing something that's inauthentic. What kind of life is that? But that's my take. You don't have to believe this. You don't have to live by this. That's my take. I would rather fucking die. Otherwise, again, you're just like, what's life? It's like you feel like shit every day and you're escaping yourself every day. I remember that, dude. Like, in university, again, people have different callings. There's a lot of people like, say, business, university stuff, they'd fucking love it. And I massively respect them for it. For me, that was not for me. And I remember, dude, it's like every day was hell. I would try to get myself in a mental state where the day would fly by. Like I'd wake up and it would always be like, oh, I'm awake. Whew, here we go. Go to the fucking classes. And I'd be sitting there like, how can I zone out so the days fly by? I try to escape the days. I'd look forward to the end of the days. Like, what? Then when the days would end, I'd come home and I would look forward till I could fall asleep. Like my only happy, joyful moment of the day was when I fell asleep. And I'd go home and I'd be like, okay, how can I distract myself or zone out once more to the point where I could fall asleep? I'd go on my computer. You can throw porn on. You can go get like torrents, like movie torrents, TV show torrents. Go on YouTube. And I would just watch shit and just numb myself. I'm like, let's watch a movie. Fuck, the movie end. Let's find another movie. To the point where I was so tired I could just lie down and pass out. And that'd be day by day by day. And that's most people, dude. They live in this loop of hell. You know, it's like you wake up, do your thing, go to work, zone out, come home, try to distract yourself, eat some shitty food, like, oh, maybe that'll feel good, watch more movies, to the point where you've seen all the movies. And I reached that point, dude. I've seen most of the movies. I'm like, fuck, I need more movies. And I'd go on like IMDb or websites and I'd try to find movies that I didn't know about to watch. Or I'd be like, what are the top 10 movies in this category? Trying to find more movies to distract myself. Now, the scary part is now there's even more fucking movies and more TV shows and more access. You have Netflix, Amazon. Like, you could just drown yourself in that world, which is what most people do. Most people have seen every fucking show. That's what they look forward to, where they can drown themselves, forget about themselves, escape their lives to live in a show, to live in YouTube, to watch me. Fuck that, watch you. Be inspired by me, but don't live through me. Don't live through a fucking show. Don't escape your life. If you need to escape your life, what the fuck? That's me. It's like, I never want to live life to the point where I need to escape my life. And if I have that, I need to escape it, I'm going to do something about it. It's not give up. It's like, what can I do about it? And when you take that attitude, you'll be surprised how much is in your control. We think we're all so helpless. That is complete bullshit. There's so much in your control. You are so free. There are so many possibilities. All these limitations are in your fucking head. First thing is, once you commit to it, you'll be surprised by how much will pop up just due to the fact that you've readjusted your RAS, okay? Like your selective focus, if you will. As soon as you're like, I'm doing this, no doubt about it, you're going to start noticing shit that helps you go in that direction. If you've read the book The Alchemist, which I highly recommend reading, there's a quote in it, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember specifically what it says, but it says something along the lines of, once you commit to your dream, the universe will conspire to help you, or something like that. And it's so true. Once you commit, you'll start noticing opportunities. If you think you can't do it, it's not possible, you won't pick up on those opportunities. And you have to understand the power of selective focus. There's so much shit happening in the world. You can't pick up on everything at the same time. And you pick up on stuff that reinforces what you believe, what you feel. Commit to something else, you'll pick up and see the world a completely different way. And you can do what you want. You can change your life. Right now, you don't have to go into work tomorrow. You can just drive off, move somewhere. You don't have to hang out with the people you hate. You can do what you want. You're fucking free. The limitations are in your fucking mind. The second key is to buy in. Okay, to buy into the fact that what you're trying to achieve is possible to achieve, that you can achieve it, and that it's worth doing. Whatever you're pursuing, whatever that calling is, find a way to buy in. Like even make a list. Okay, find people just like you who've done the same thing. Find people worse off than you that have done the same thing. Find other examples and take it in. Okay, no matter what the challenge is, find someone who was worse off than you or someone who had a greater challenge to accomplish it. If they did, so can you. And it doesn't have to be present day people. Look up through fucking history, read books about this. People have done had way greater challenges and shit than you do right now. If they did it, what makes you think you can't? Key number 3 is to be realistic. Okay, it's absolutely insane, due to the way that we're conditioned, how unrealistic we are when it comes to success. We expect results to happen immediately. We think there's this magic moment where you work and boom, suddenly you have all this glory. And when it doesn't happen, you start freaking out and you give up. Okay, so let go of those bullshit, beliefs when it comes to success. That's not how it works. You're in it for the long haul. Be realistic. Realize a lot of things take time. Most of us just dabble and just fuck around because we expect results to happen magically because we're conditioned that way, and that's what we see online or on TV. It takes a long time, okay? Success doesn't happen in a day. It's little things that just come together. Me, for example, being able to speak here in front of you, this is 11 years, if not an entire life of preparation for this. Okay? It's all these little things that come together. Building a certain authority, working on my personality, being able to express myself, learning public speaking skills, having content that I have field tested, that I've tried, that I can now share. Feeling comfortable in front of the stage. There's training, traveling, getting used to it. There's so many little things that build up to it, and then it happens. If you try to jump to it, it'll never happen that way, and even if you have the opportunity, you'll fuck it up. When I first started traveling with Owen, teaching dating advice, the first few times, I'd kind of help with the filming, so I'd film some videos for him. Some of the very first videos we ever put out on YouTube. And there was one, for example, it was in Phoenix. So we crawled under this fence on the side of the road in Arizona in the desert, and I was hand holding it. It was a shaky video, and he's talking. And I wasn't very good at filming. He wasn't very good at just doing an immediate vlog at the time. And there was a few takes where he's well, and he's oh, let me start over. And I remember filming dude, put me in front of that camera and I'll fucking kill it. That's what I was thinking. I'm come on, man. The day came where I came in front of that camera, crumbled. I was the worst speaker in front of a camera in the history of the company, to the point where, very few people know this, I almost didn't get hired because of it. He was dude, come on, you're gonna come teach this with me. Everything's awesome, you're killing it, great person. Hey, just do a quick video. He's I don't know if we can hire you. Because it was so bad. The same with the crowd. I'm the day I do it, came up front, fucking freeze. You can't skip ahead. Every little thing builds on to the next. Okay, so be realistic, commit to the long haul. And once more, you're not in it for a certain destination, you're in for the fucking journey, for the story. What makes it amazing is the fact that you're on your purpose. Key number 4 is be creative. Okay, when shit is thrown your way, when you're faced with adversity, you can take it as a way to reinforce victim mentality and feel sorry for yourself, you know, boo-hoo, why is this happening to me? Or you can be creative and find a way to use it as motivational fuel. Use everything to keep you going. Okay, and that's a choice you make. It's like shit's gonna be thrown at you. And you can use it to feel sorry for yourself, use it to feel sad, or use it to propel yourself further. If you get mad, you'd be like, oh fuck, this sucks, or fuck, take action. If you get jealous, you can beat yourself up or use that to take action. It's not something you want to be hooked on for a long run, but temporarily that can help. The same as write down the payoff of what you're doing. Say, I take a seminar like this. You can make this list, by the way, this is huge. If you put yourself in a high state of conscious, mid-level state of conscious, and low conscious, what's the payoff? Low conscious. What's some payoff here? Validation, baby. Look at me in front of this crowd. Give me that validation. There's one. Money. Let's get the sale at the end, motherfucker. Make that money. Look cool. Get people to listen to me, feel important. Get a video to show people how cool I am. Like, those are some payoffs in a low state of consciousness. Mid-state, you know, come to a local city and share some value, share some information, make it win-win, get a video so I can help some other people, practice some content ideas, have a good time, etc., etc. High state, change the fucking world. Share something that'll impact people at a deep level, that'll impact the people around them. Share the biggest lessons you've learned in your life. Like, just pass that along and let's fucking get out of the rut that we're in. Okay? Now, that's a quick example here. Again, you'd have to write these down. Now, when I write this down, what happens is, wherever I'm at, what is it going to lead me to do? A great fucking speech. Do you guys get that?
Yes.
Okay? And don't always assume that you're always going to be in the high state of consciousness. Everyone wants to be in a high state of consciousness. Like, better the world, change the world. Who doesn't want that? But what happens is when you feel like shit, when something gets, you know, triggers you, for example. Better the world doesn't mean shit to you when you're down there. You're like, fuck the world. I don't give a fuck about bettering the world. What about me? So why not align it so when you're there, you still provide value to better the world? And lastly, the fifth key is surround yourself with the right people. Okay, I'm sure you've heard this before. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Guess what? If the people you spend a lot of time with are not motivated, they bring you down, you can't be surprised if you don't have that drive. Okay, so be mindful of who you spend time with. Instead of surrounding yourself with people who bring you down, people who don't do shit, surround yourself with people who push you forward, people who inspire you. You can do this in real life or virtually. YouTube. Moi. It doesn't matter what they do, by the way. I have a friend, and I've done this a couple times myself, where he would literally pay an employee to sit down next to him while he worked. Now, if you think about it, it's actually very genius, because if it's just you by yourself, how easy is it to slack off? You're like, I'm poor, you know, that's it. If there's someone there with you, now it's like you're not alone, and it kind of helps you take action. The employee could work on anything. It's like, look, you just sit here, work on whatever you want. I'm going to work on my shit, but just sit here next to me while I work. That helps big time, you know? So that's like one way. It doesn't matter what they're on, but you want to be around those people who are also following some kind of calling. You know, the people I hang out with, we don't all have the same calling. Some of the people I hang out with, again, it's like success with women all the way. I'm more, you know, I'm doing this now. But I still love hanging out because there's that same drive. So hope you enjoyed this video. As I mentioned in the beginning, if you haven't done so yet, be sure to click the subscribe button here below. You don't want to miss out on the incredible value coming your way. And if you want to take things even further, be sure to check out Transformation Mastery. Okay, I'll put a link here below, just click on it. This is a program that'll get you in touch with your authentic self, and that will help you discover your authentic purpose, your authentic calling. Okay, because I hear this all the time. Julien, you said I must do something that is authentic to me. What is it? What is my purpose? You want to know? Transformation Mastery. Click it, start your journey, and until next time. This is Julien, and welcome to Transformation Master.
It was fucking amazing.
This was huge for me. This was so important.
This gave me by far the greatest epiphanies I've ever had.
It just made me finally confront my deepest fears.
We got like real deep, and I found some issues within myself.
One of the best things I've seen so far in my life.
What you're about to experience going through this program is what completely changed my life on every single level. Okay, be it health, wealth, relationships, higher purpose, you name it. This is the stuff that finally produced that true, long-lasting personal transformation we're all after.